Thank you for joining us on our adventure discovering what it means to be sold out to Christ. This will be a series of messages and thoughts that will draw us all closer to Jesus. Don't just accept your salvation, use it as the beginning of a relationship with Christ and help change the world. Accept all things, expect nothing, and stay focused on Christ.
Well, I'm out here at the beach today, and as you can see, the conditions are not real friendly for anybody wanting to get some sun, but it's kind of like the plans of life sometimes. It just, we have to take what's here and deal with it. So many times we're disappointed about the returns that what we get on certain investments, and our time is, of course, one of the most valuable things. But we also need to remember that God's in total control of everything. And also we have to remember when we're sold out that there are times when we can't explain why certain things happen. It's just a God thing. And that's one of the things today we're going to look at with our special guest, Delaney, as to, hey, it's just a God thing. So let's hear from Mark right now on what it's like to experience just a God thing. That's all. Thanks.
Recently, I had my wife was away, and I had run out to a golf course to be able to go hit a few golf balls. And of course, recently when I got there, it had rained for 45 minutes and they closed the driving range, so I couldn't do anything there. The putting green was open, so I went ahead and putted for a little while. But then I got like, I'm just going to go. I'm going to take off, and I turned in a different direction to head to pick up something at the store, or something that I really didn't need, but I started to go that way. And when I left, I noticed there was a van parked in a parking lot of a hospital, and they had 4 young girls running around in the parking lot just keeping busy, and the parents were out there with them. And when I went by there, it was like, why are they there? So I turned around and pulled into the parking lot. I called my wife and told her where I was and what I saw. And I asked her, I said, would you be okay if I asked this family to come stay with us while they're here at the hospital? Because I don't know what's going on in their lives right now, but I got a feeling, God wouldn't have turned me around if it wasn't for that. So I pulled up to them, stopped the car. The girls are all running around, skateboards and whatever else. They're here from out of town. They had a big thing on top of their van. And I walked up to the man and I introduced myself. And he has the same first name I do. And the little girls all were like, Daddy, Daddy, you know. So I said, I don't know what's going on in your life right now, but it looks like you're on vacation, and vacation in the parking lot of this hospital is, that's not the primo spot. So I gave him the invitation to be able to come stay with us. He was very grateful to have that. They were out of town. Their aunt was in the hospital from a family reunion. The offer was put out there, and he appreciated it. But he didn't take us up on it to come that particular day. I gave him my business card and told him if anything came up where you needed me, you just give me a call. It was his little girls that all said, why did he do that? It's a God thing.
You know, it's so important for us to always stay tuned in with Christ when we're approaching the program of Sold Out. That means allowing ourselves to be very sensitive to situations around us, just like Mark has done here. He will put you in positions that'll make you a little bit uncomfortable at times, but paying attention to these things and having the right motive, that's the secret to it. Faith, that's the secret to it. Thank you, Mark, for sharing that story with us. And you know, the impact of this can be gigantic for those young girls or the family itself. They'll think about that for years to come.
Thank you for joining us on our adventure discovering what it means to be sold out to Christ. Help us spread the word by subscribing to this channel, clicking the notification bell. Then, most importantly, pass it on to your friends. Remember, it is all about Christ. Accept all things, expect nothing, and stay focused on Jesus.